Hey guys, welcome to the very first pre-cap of Survivor Philippines. So it is season 25. Holy cramoly. Can you believe it? I remember the first time I saw Jeff Probst. He was hosting Rock and Roll Jeopardy! Pretty awesome, I must say. He was a great host then. He's a great host now. And he's going to have his own talk show. Or did it start already? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this season of Survivor, they're going to be having 3 tribes. And they're going to be having 3 oldies come back for a second chance. And the criteria that they had to meet was that they left the game not because they wanted to, but because they had to. So, let's meet the cast. I'm excited. First up, Jonathan Penner. He's 50 years old. Wow, he looks pretty good. He left because his knee got infected, but it wasn't just his knee that got infected. It got into his bloodstream, and he could have died. I have to say he's on my short list for favorites of all time. He's a writer. He thinks the third time is going to be a charm for him. Yes, he's made mistakes in the past. He knows a lot now, and he's hoping that other people are going to make the mistakes this time. All right, another returnee, Russell Swan. He's 45. He almost died. He was the one who Jeff was like, that was like the worst moment of hosting Survivor when I thought I was going to lose him. He didn't look good at all. He was just severely dehydrated. Go figure. And which was really scary because he felt really great that day. So he knows what to do this time. Survivor kicked his butt last time, but he knows enough to drink some water this time. It's payback this time. He's gonna drink. Michael Skupin, he's 50 as well. He fell in the fire. Remember him? He had those antlers too, didn't he? That he did little antler games with. Weird. He's a professional motivational speaker now. He's had like 20-something years to prepare, not 20-something seasons to prepare for this, because they do 2 seasons a year. He can provide food for people, so he feels like they should keep him around. I don't know if they will, because he seems really weird. He seemed weird then, and he seems weird now. Alright, so let's talk about the noobs. First up, Abby Maria. She is Brazilian, and she thinks out of any other survivor, she is most like Parvati. I don't know. Her motto is, live each day at a time. I don't know if she's going to be around too long. I'm kind of getting an annoying vibe from her. Just, I don't know. I don't know too much about her, but she could be my favorite. But right now, I'm getting an annoying vibe. Now, this next one is real annoying. Angie, 20. Guys, I was a former Miss Utah teen, and I was totally like 3rd runner-up Miss Teen. Great. I love scrapbooking, and I want people to think that I'm dumb. That's okay if they think I'm dumb. It's not going to be hard for them to think you're dumb because, you act like it. She wants the experience of, she wants to have the experience of being on the show. Artist, 53 years old. This guy looks phenomenal for 53, and he's an actual survivor. He's a cancer survivor, which is insane. I really like his story. He's definitely one of my favorites. He tried out like 1,000,000 times to be on the show, and he finally made it now. And I'm going to be rooting for him so far. I mean, I could see a few episodes and be like, I freaking hate that guy. But as of right now, he's on my short list of favorites. Carter, 24 years old. He's a track coach. And he's pretty much a regular cool guy. He wants to bring positive energy to the game. And he's just an all-around good guy, you know? I like that. He kind of reminds me of that guy who was reading the Bible on Redemption Island all that time. I think he's going to be really similar to him. I can't remember his name right now because my brain is oatmeal. I've been working all day. And I don't remember. He had the long hair. If you remember, leave it in the comments because I'm sure you guys do. You're on this stuff. All right, up next, Dana, 32. She's a cosmetologist and she's a lesbian. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just the phrase that popped into my head all of a sudden was probably not PC, but it was like lipstick lesbian because she's a cosmetologist. Get it? She's from Arkansas and her strategy is going to be to lay low and let other people make the big moves. In other words, she's going to be a floater. Alright, I think that's a pretty good strategy right at the beginning. You don't want to be too strong of a personality or too annoying because it's just going to put a target on your back. Dawson, 28. She's not annoying, right? She's a Wall Street banker or Wall Street worker. And she is a talker from New York. She can talk people into anything. It's a tough world out there. And she was a lifeguard, so she thinks she's pretty well prepared for this. I don't think so. Denise, 41. She's the most intriguing. She is a sex therapist. Interesting. How is this going to play out in the Survivor social game? She's pretty much in shape and she's smart, which tells me that she's going to be a target right from the beginning because in the history of Survivor, the smart, in-shape women don't last too long. She's there to play the game. She's going to play hard, so I think she's going to get annoyed with the other people who are dumb and probably will annoy some people and won't stay because it's like the dumb people have the voting numbers against the smart people, so I feel bad for her because I think she'd be really good on the game. Jeff, 44. He's a former MLB baseball player. I'm just a normal guy from Texas. Okay. He doesn't need the money. You know what? Then get off the show. Just kidding. I'm tired of these people always saying, I'm here for the experience. Really? Well, then I don't think you're going to be playing that hard, are you? Well, he says yes because he doesn't want to be embarrassed. Whatever. It's kind of, I don't see the point of having athletes on the show because I don't see the point. Alright, Katie, 22. She's a former Miss Delaware. I don't know why I gave her a southern accent because she's totally not. She's looking to meet the guy of her dreams. On Survivor, really? She wants to be a state trooper too. I think this is her final year of college. Can you really see her be like, spread them against the wall? I don't think so. Alright, who knows? Maybe she could turn it on like that. Maybe not. Alright, Lisa, 49 years old. Blair from The Facts of Life. Either you love her or you hate her because she's a super Christian. And like right after the show wrapped, she basically got married and pumped out 3 kids. So she's been a stay-at-home wife and mom for like a while. And she wants her kids to see her on TV. She actively campaigned to be on the show. So there's not going to be any lying in her strategy. So I wonder how that's going to work out because there's no secrets there. Come on, everybody's going to recognize her in like 2 seconds. I mean, Facts of Life, that's been on in reruns for a while. Even my kids would know that. So I'm thinking there's nowhere to hide for Blair. Malcolm, 25. He is one full of himself bartender. Another bartender who knows it all. And in fact, he went to Dartmouth. And me thinks, why are you a bartender if you went to Dartmouth? Kind of a sham. Doesn't say much for Dartmouth, does it? Alright, so Pete, 24 years old. Now this guy's got an engineering degree, but he's not an engineer. He's a model. Another genius there, rocket scientist. And he's been like every man in his life. He's been a guy who's been covered with zits, and now he's a model, and he's been a real sporty guy, and then he's been a real like gamer. really? His strategy is to be a floater. I can see that. RC, 27 years old. She's a hard worker. A regular girl. Boring. Roxy. Now here's another one of my favorites. 28 years old. She's studying to be a chaplain. And she's also in the army. I guess the reserves. And she gets mistaken for Brandy, aka Moesha. Is she going to be lying? She didn't make that completely clear whether she would be or not. I'm probably thinking no. And Zane, final cast member and also on my list of favorites. He's a tire repairman. I guess he drives around one of those trucks that you see on the roadway, like if you get a flat or something. He's covered in tats, and he's just a regular guy, and he's never even been outside of his state before. So this is pretty insane for him. I mean, he must be pretty shell-shocked. But he wants to win this for his wife. He wants to give it to his old lady. I really like him. I think he's fun. Okay, so that's the cast. I mentioned my favorites. Why don't you guys leave your favorites in the comments so we can all see who you are rooting for so far. Obviously, I'm pretty non-committal here because I haven't really seen any of these Jokers in action yet. So usually week by week my tastes change on these shows anyway, so I'll keep you up to date and you do the same for me. Let me know who you like and who you don't like. So until the show starting on Wednesday, much love.